Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've made it through this week's Marvel books. Now it's time to wrap things up with this week's Boom Studios and Image books. Kicking things off, we've got House of Slaughter, number 27. Part 2 of the story Azure. Where we left off, Blue Mask Nolan was investigating Red Mask Edwin, who was seen in the morgue, and there was also an incident with Totem Island, or the totems, or he retired his totem, and however, Edwin notices Nolan following him, while Nolan is talking to Bate, the young kid with no arms. So, we learn a little bit about Edwin. He's not exactly possessed of keen social skills. He needs to. Basically, he needs to know what it is that someone's wanting to know, and kind of basically know the answer that he's expected to give. And that's why him and Bate get along so well. Apparently, is because Bate is very clear in his demeanor, but apparently there's a duplicated biomarker of Edwin's, which it has Nolan curious. But and also there's some the three if you count Bate, discuss to a point Gerd. Bate doesn't like Gerd, and really the story really delves into the issue really delves into Nolan's paranoia, and while that paranoia can be is generally directed, it can all at someone else by someone else. If he starts to really think, he's noticing things about others that seem to fall into the paranoia. But later that night, it seems that Edwin, at least the Edwin duplicate, goes and sees Bates' totem, and it seems that Bates' totem and duplicate Edwin are going to looks like kill one of the other hunters. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. There's something loose in the house. And the blue masks are trying to find it. But moving on to our last book for the week, we've got Geiger, number 8. Where we left off, after a fight with between Geiger and one of the warlords of Las Vegas and their men, Geiger and Nate the Nuclear Knights helped some kids take on a bunch of bunch of insects, and they wanted to, and basically they got invited to their home. So the issue opens with some of the other warlords of Las Vegas talking about getting rid of the glowing man, Geiger. Apparently, one wants to study Geiger's brain, while another wishes to happily let Karloff study the brain while the head's mounted on the wall. It kind of plays off as like a meeting of mob bosses in, like, say, a Batman comic. You know, you know, we got to deal with the bat. How do we deal with the bat? But however, with Geiger and Nate, they make their way to the town that the kids live in, and Geiger puts in his control rods to stop glowing, and so they're welcome to Grover's Corners. And Geiger meets the leader of Grover's Corners, named William Webb. And Geiger talks with Webb and Nate. Geiger and Nate talk with Webb, and Nate feasts on. But Tariq has a initially good dream, but turning into a bad dream about being Geiger and a birthday present. But he gets up at night and goes into the town and sees that the books are being burned. Geiger asks about it, and the reason is basically to William, it turns out, was a fireman before the war, and the basic idea is to basically not let anyone know about how things were before, so that they can't basically create what was before. But and so Geiger wakes up Nate and says they're heading out, and the kids opt to follow. However, they're stopped by the arrival of the king and his men. And that is where the issue ends. Solid issue. Interesting to see, you know, part of the wasteland that's pretty much untouched, largely because of the placement of the town. It's in a valley, and with the way the winds blow, it hasn't been really affected by the fallout. So, but be interesting to see the how the fight is going to pan out, because it's clear that's going to be it's going to come down to a fight. But anyways, that's to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon patron Red Band's Opinions. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.